Hey everybody, Ranjan here, bringing you yet another StarCraft commentary. I'm gonna bring you the entire set of CJ Entus versus SK Telecom T1. We're gonna have the first set here. We're gonna have it between Iris, a Terran player, the Berserker, and Canata, also a Terran player of SKT1. And he's not the Berserker, that is all I have to say. So, a TVT to start off with. Great. We'll see how long this takes. TVTs sometimes can turn into long, drawn-out slugfest. We'll see what happens. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. We're really looking forward to seeing what happens here. Berserker, or Iris, is just very known for being a very aggressive player. He's toned down a bit lately, but we'll see what happens here. So yeah, this is going to be on Neo Harmony, and we're going to have Canata in red at 1 o'clock in the upper right-hand corner, and at 5 o'clock in the lower right-hand corner, in blue, we're going to have Iris, or Berserker. The Berserker also has the nickname Sexy Terran. That's very interesting. Iris also almost, at one point, got close to winning OSL title. That was the, believe that was the GOM OSL back in 2007. Where he unfortunately lost to GG Play after being 2-0. He lost 3 games in a row to GG Play. So too bad. Could say something about his skills at the very clutch, but overall he was a very good player back in the day. He's still good, although not even close to being his own good. So, right, matchups. Kanata's best matchup by far at 62%, and Iris is just, I think it draws with against Zerga. All his matchups are just over 50% in Iris, so he has no real matchup weakness. He's good against all of them, just over 50 in all. From 52 to 55, something like that. But Canata is not that good against the other, but he's very good in TVTs at 62%. So, despite I think Iris has an experience advantage and all that, I think Canata actually has a decent chance of beating him. We'll see whether they do something funky here. So yeah, Barracks now coming up for Canata already. He's going to set up that Barracks in a position that's pretty close to what could be Iris's base, so that he can simply build it and then instantly maybe build a Marine or two to block his ramp. But anyway, just get it as far away from his base as he can, so he can instantly float it away, use it for scouting purposes. I see, yeah, okay, a quick command center coming from Iris actually, so he's just trying to go for a quick economic advantage right away, going for what I believe to be a 14 command center, so he's going for a quick economic build. I don't think this is actually a bad idea, because Kanata's barracks is just coming in, and I don't think there will be any cheesy stuff. Iris gonna build his barracks just now, so there's nothing funky gonna happen. This is just gonna be pretty standard, and Iris is gonna take a quick tech disadvantage, a slight tech disadvantage, and a quick economic advantage. Factor already coming up for Canata, sending off an SCV to the left to scout, and the barracks downwards. So the barracks will eventually see that forward barracks from Iris, and we'll instantly know where Iris is. Another supply depot and gas coming up right away. Of course, you need your gas pretty quickly, because you go for metal against Terrans. You pretty much got no other choice. Medic Marines would get slaughtered. Well, you only go for Medic Marines if you have some sort of early push in mind at 8 barracks, in 8 racks with a bunker rush or something of that kind. Canata doing pretty good work with that SCV blocking his ramp. SCV is being transferred now into Iris's new base, but there's one SCV there coming in again. Okay, Kanata's SCV, however, is going to get through, is going to see everything, but I don't think he's going to see anything that he didn't expect to see. Meanwhile, Canata also taking down his own expansion. So pretty standard play. Kanata's expansion going to be a little bit later, but he's going to have a tech advantage. We'll see what kind of tech. Whether he goes for standard 2 factories, goes for quick air maybe. A lot of stuff is possible. That barracks now is being floated in. First vulture on the way, and quickly a machine shop right after that false vulture. See if he can do some quick damage with that vulture. 1 marine out for Iris, and a bunker. So we'll see whether the vulture gets there in time. I think the bunker should be up in time for that vulture. Well, the Vulture, if he does pretty good micro, he could sneak in and do some sort of damage. The bunker is mostly to prevent the Vulture from getting up his ramp, but it wouldn't actually prevent the Vulture from getting into that SCV line at that expansion. Unfortunately, yeah, you can't move in from the top side. More SCVs flying around. The command center almost up for Canata at this point, and SCV does get in from Iris. Iris's SCV does get in. He sees what's happening there for Canata. That one factory and a second factory coming down for Iris. Meanwhile, two factories for both players. So a pretty standard play. We're going to see Vultures at first and probably quick move to tanks. That scouting SCV does get taken down. Barracks flying around there for Canata. All in all, it'll be a very interesting what will happen there. Iris already going for his second gas, and Canata has his first tank already. I don't know whether it has siege mode or not. He's not upgrading anything, although his second machine shop is coming up, so he's probably going to stick to building tanks. Or probably going to go for the siege mode upgrade. Ooh, the one scouting SCV being met by Vulture and a tank. That's going to get quickly taken out. Being denied. But that barracks is still inside of Iris's base. Iris, meanwhile, taking down his second machine shop and first machine shop. He's already upgrading. It'll be interesting to see what it is that he upgrades. First tank is on the way, so it could be siege mode. No upgrade still going up for Canata. That's very interesting. He might just be focusing on getting a few troops out there first before he decides to upgrade them. Just try to get some troops out there to prevent any and all aggressive berserker action from Iris. There's our two tanks now out and Vulture as well. So second gas now finally coming up for Canata. Two machine shops still not doing anything. Third factory meanwhile coming down for Iris. So we're going to see just heavy ground metal so far, and there is still that first machine shop is still spinning. I'm still assuming that is for siege mode. Armory also come up for Canata, so he's also coming for quick upgrades. That's actually a very good idea. That might be why those machine shops are not upgrading. Instead, he's trying to go for a quick armor advantage or attack advantage. That's actually a very good idea in TVT, because in large battles in the middle, which are a bit difficult on this map because of the position, so I think we might actually have a very interesting position. But yeah, because when you have upgrades, you can win the match simply because of upgrades. If you have equal amount of forces down the middle shelling each other, your tanks will win just if they have 1-0 upgrades or 2-1 upgrades, while their one has 1-1 upgrades. I believe that's... No, it's a Vulture. I thought I saw Goliath there. Could rip. But yeah, this map is very interesting in that regard, that there are no huge... I mean, especially in this kind of position that they have, there is no one huge open middle that they can fight on. There is some positions to do, there is time, but at the same time there are just those few bridges that you can maneuver around, and there's a lot of high ground to try to take and hold. So we'll just see who is the one that takes the more assault position. It does seem that Iris so far is taking a defensive position, setting up that large tank line just outside his base. Very large tank line. The scouting barracks is going to get taken out. Meanwhile, Canata is just waiting outside his base, setting down kind of an attack position on the high ground. So I think it's still a long while before any engagement comes through. There are mines being planted all over the place, just being ready for game. So yes, there are indeed Goliaths out for Canata. It might be to counter just in case Iris thinks of something funky and decides to go air. A lot of Vultures out there for Iris, and they're going to move in right here. This is actually a very nice aggressive action, though. The tank's being caught a little bit guard. They're not planting any mines, though. That's pretty bad. Meanwhile, Canata moving his own Vultures in, trying to do as much damage as he can. A lot of Vultures, and those tanks are going to move in and siege from Iris. Nice little aggressive move there for Iris. Meanwhile, Canata's own Vultures, I think they do get a few kills off. 3 SCV kills just on the Vultures alone. That might have taken out more than just SCVs. It doesn't do as much counter damage, but pretty good nonetheless. All in all, nice aggressive action there by Iris to try to take away Kanata's forward position. It's very good. Kanata did not have that forward position defended properly. He sacrificed quite a few Vultures, but that was actually very good. Did not lose any tanks in that attack, and he made sure that Canata did not have the high ground, which is very important. Canata, meanwhile, now going for his starport, so we're going to have drops soon. Academy and concept stations going off for Iris. I'm going to see what that's going to happen. What that's going to do. A lot of factories. 5 factories up for Iris with a third machine ship coming up, so they're going to be focus a little bit more on tanks now, and also starports. So Job's going to have some one other vulture engagement there. One vulture going to get caught. Yeah, a fully upgraded vulture for both players now, and actually Iris just setting up positions all over the place, setting up mines, make sure that Canata doesn't take extra bases, doesn't set up positions all over the map, doesn't try to out-expand and then pincer him. There are actually several positions on this map just to the side of your base, just over walls and map artifacts, that you can set up positions and shell or attack your enemies. So we'll see where that comes into play. A building being hit there by Canata with a barracks. Vote, I wonder what that was good. One lone vulture there being caught by Iris's troops. So yeah, now the situation is actually a little bit reversed. Canata now forced to set up a more defensive position while surrendering the high ground to Iris. Iris just now going for his armory. No, I'm sorry, that was Canata's armory.